couple of things, break down today's market day and essentially what happened. Um, so after hours wiggled its way all the way up to here. This was the end of yesterday's market day. As you can see right here is 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock the market worked its way out to an outer band of somewhere in either this bigger dome or just this dome in general. But the forecast projected this dome out had a couple points of contact like I've shown in other videos. You got multiple wicks here touching. You got multiple wicks in here touching. So essentially projected this inner dome, then started to work in price increments out. So if you were to look, this is a whole number, it's 23,440. The next price increment out is 410, 415, roughly in that range. Let's see, bring this one down. It's about 40. Yeah, about 40 is where the wick's touching. But essentially, market opened today at 9:30, worked their way out. If I was to add another dome, let me show you real quick, just so we're all on the same page of what we're looking at here. If I was to add another dome to this outer picture, about there, you can see price touches. That dome price point happens to be, it's not quite perfect, but this is projecting, this here is projecting price is going to want to touch this band somewhere. Now I got to stretch this out, I got to do some things, refix things, but needless to say, there's a band here, and as you can see, there was a reversal that happened. We're going to zoom into the 1 minute chart. We'll let you guys see what exactly happened in that range. So on the 1 minute chart, during the market open today, your characteristics of a reversal, it tapped this dome and started to work their way back in. It tapped the whole number 50, 650. We zoom in into deeper time frame. I don't know if it'll actually let me get this deep with this chart at the current moment. We're going to see what it does, see if it lets me. But going into the 15-second chart, we're going to zoom in again into this range. We had a couple of domes. So we had a dome here, broke out. Had another extension level off of this initial dome. Broke out, passes, went to another extension level, dwindled its way down. Price was working its way out, tapped back into this dome in here. As it was dropping and holding this outer band of this dome, I took a short position earlier today at 23,633.50, and essentially the concept here was all 15-minute chart shit. But if this was the reversal, this was the top touch of the band, I was targeting the 50% point of the dome, which is 508, roughly in that range. So I did a take profit from here to there, and that was a $2,500 trade, all in all. But this whole concept of the domes, it's very, you got to be able to envision with your brain, opposed to looking at this as a two-dimensional chart. You have to look at this in a manner of this is a four-dimensional object. So this is, the chart has depth. So it physically goes back, it goes forward, it goes up, it goes down. The reason we have different size candles is because the price itself is pivoting away from us to bounce off of a dome, bounce off of a level to come back towards us, to then, like, they just constantly ping pong back and forth between price brackets. And that's why when we have consolidation, it's just price ping pong in between shit. Finally breaks out, taps this, rejects, reverse, works its way all the way back to the dome. In this case, as we could see, we got previous domes that were here that project out. Okay, so domes have a couple of key points that you people need to understand. Okay, this picture right here, if you take this dome and you click the middle right there, this midpoint right here, there's two midpoints to a dome. The midpoint on this dome is right here, at 130. So that midpoint, this is midpoint axis A. Okay, we're gonna label this. Go into the settings, text. We're gonna label that A. Okay. The edge of the dome, or the midpoint of the physical dome itself, this is axis B. Okay. As you can see, I have listed previous axes. I have listed color combinations here. Okay, so we have originally this red dome or orange dome that I have drawn here, I had it as black, but then I've forecasted another dome over top of this dome, and these levels that are here, it was just easier to see it in black crossing. But we have a green base, or B level, and then we have a red base, which is this dome, and this dome. So price currently was attracted to the B base, or the black base of this dome. Okay? Anytime price crosses the A axis and touches an outer band, we can expect the rejection to safe take, go to 50. Otherwise, whatever band it has projected out, like here for example, candle body touches this band here. If you go to that outer band, price has wiggled its way there. Okay? And now they're snaking their way out. But essentially that's the way I've been able to interpret the algorithm. I'm sure that if I was to pinch all of this entire picture out a little bit farther, the algorithm's wick probably does end up touching this orange band. But there's different paths that the algorithm likes to take and snake through price is what we need to take out of this entire concept. But gaps all play into effect. Market gaps, as you can see, I have projected out with a trend line where the algorithm was trying to bounce from, and pink worked their way back to the midpoint of this dome that is inside of the bigger dome. Pink bounced out, tapped the edge of the dome. Same concept we have here, tapping the edge of the dome, tapping the midpoint. Tapped the midpoint, went to the edge of the dome, tapped the midpoint. Didn't go to the edge of the dome in this case because it went to the midpoint and started rejecting its way out. It's creating another image here. But a lot of crazy philosophies and concepts there, but hopefully somebody is able to take something from this and actually make it applicable and make yourself some money. I was able to make $2,500 from here to there. If I would have had this concept that they were trying to squeeze their way down to this base, I would have targeted this, but I didn't see that until afterwards. But safe take was here, so I made money today regardless.